Good morning, America, and all the ships at sea. I heard that a long time ago in a movie, and I believe there was a radio announcer that used to say that way back when. Hey, this is Tracy the Ace Brickman, and welcome to another episode of Your Success at Last DNA. Doing those daily needed actions, those little needed attitude adjustments that you might need to keep you moving or to get you moving, right? The trick sometimes is just to get up and take that first step. Even if you sit back down after that first step, you took the step. And then you get back up again and take another step. And then you learn that getting up and sitting down is the harder part. Taking the step is the easy part. So, I want to start you off with the question right out of the gate. What do you really want? Hmm? What do you really want right now, today, this very minute, or for the rest of your life? A little bit more money? Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not even opposed to people making money off of me. I mean, that's the nature of an open society, right? The capitalist society, the free market. You have a service. I need that service. I'm willing to pay you for that service, and I know you're making some profit off of me. Don't gouge me, but it's what you really want. You have something I want. Anyway, back to the question. What do you really want? Right? Like the song says, what you want, what you want. Okay, so you haven't heard the song, and I am not a singer. I want you to think about that today. What do you really want? What do you want today? Do you want a new person in your life? Do you want to be a better mom or a better dad? Do you want a better job? You heard me talking about that yesterday, right? Do you want to get out of the role that you're in and into a role that better suits you? You heard me talk about that on Monday. What do you want right now, today, this very minute, and for the rest of your life? Hmm? Do you want a better body? Ooh, here's a big one. Lots and lots of people. It's a huge industry. Weight loss, body improvement, right? Whether that body improvement is because you went out and worked for it or because you went out and paid for it, right? What do you want? Now, here's one of the things about working for a better body is it takes a little tenacity. You got to get over. Sometimes you got to get over yourself, and there are some beliefs that can keep you from attaining the body you desire. And I'm going to focus on the body you desire because you hear some of these beliefs. This can apply to other things. There will be beliefs that will keep you from attaining the grades in school that you desire, from keeping you from jumping out on your own and starting that business you desire. But I'm going to focus on the attaining the body you desire today because here's the thing, everyone has certain beliefs and habits. And usually those beliefs are fostering those habits. They're going to dictate your behavior. The unfortunate thing is that many of these beliefs are going to keep you from the very things that you want most. Are you afraid to step out into something new? It's going to keep you from doing that one thing that you just are so passionate about and really want into your life because you are afraid to take that new step, right? These things seem especially true when it comes to diet and exercise. There are so many beliefs that prevent us from getting started. That's all it really takes is to get started. And a lot of these beliefs, like I said, are common across a number of areas. They might not be common directly, but the same thing happens in all areas. But we're going to stick to this whole body thing. Now, as I'm going through this, I want you to realize that it's especially unfortunate in the light of just how easy it actually is to make simple little changes. Simple little changes that will have profound effects. Think about this for a second. Someone has a bow and an arrow in their hand, and 50 feet away is the target. Like you see at the Renaissance Festival, you can pay your $3 and shoot 10 arrows, right? He holds up the bow, puts the arrow in place and draws it back. Right, the arrow's on his cheek and he's moving his front arm up and down, right and left, right, trying to eye that target, and he lets it go and it goes in. And he's close to the target. He's close to the bullseye. He's like, yeah, I did pretty good. They say, okay, well, let's make it a little harder. Let's give you a little bit of a bigger goal. In this case, it's a little bit of a smaller goal because they're going to move it another 50 feet away. So the target gets smaller, which is actually a bigger goal. It's a tougher goal. So he gets the next arrow, holds up that bow, and puts it in place and draws it back. Now that target is looking a little smaller. and he tries to do everything exactly the same. He's a little further away from the goal. Here's what's happening is that the first time he did the same thing. He did a little change to the right or to the left, right? It has a small impact in the close when it's only 50 feet. But if he was in the exact same position when that target was 100 feet away, the arrow had more time to move to the right or to the left, up or down, further and further away from that center red dot that we all strive for, the bullseye. So here's the thing. It's those simple little changes that are going to have a profound effect over time. Now, what do you think about that? Now, here's some of the beliefs. I'm going to give you the beliefs right out of the gate, and then we're going to talk about them each into one by one. The beliefs are, I got to have everything before I can even get started. Yeah. Another one is, I'm too out of shape to exercise. Okay. All right. I don't have time to cook. Oh, I've heard that one a number of times. I'm so out of shape that I'll never get back into shape. There's another one. And the last two are, I don't know how to get started, or it's too complicated. All right, so let's talk about these individually. Let's go back to the first one. That first one is, I got to have everything before I can get started. You know, thank you, fitness industry, right? You got to have the good shoes. You got to have the right shorts. You got to have the right workout outfit. Go to VSX Sport and get all the goodies. You got to have the dumbbells and the barbells and the yoga mat and the P90X videos before you can even take that first step. No. Realize you don't need anything fancy to get started. Come on, let's be honest. You know what food is healthy and what isn't, right? Go for a walk. Take a stroll. See, you can get started today with what you already know. That's your start. You can improve your diet and exercise routine each and every week after that as you learn new stuff, as you chat with your doctor and get some insights, right? As you chat with someone who's more knowledgeable, as you grab a book and read, as you go online and do a little research. Nothing happens without action. So take a little action today, all right? Now, how about this one? I'm too out of shape to exercise. Okay, all right, I'm gonna give you this one because there's a lot of people, a lot of heavier people, right? Or even there's a lot of skinnier people who haven't done anything and their muscles have atrophied, right? They've gotten really weak. But lots of heavier people really adhere to this one. The truth is, exercise is relative, right? For some people, exercise meanings running 10-mile meanings. That was a good one, right? Means running 10 miles. My girlfriend, for example, Diane, loves to run marathons, right? 13 and change. I can't remember the number she told me, and she's gonna give me a hard time about this one. And 26 and change. 26 and change is a marathon. 13 and change, I believe, is a half marathon. And if I'm wrong, people will be telling me about this, right? So for her, exercise means a little bit more to me. I don't run marathons. I can go for a quick jog. I can go for a brisk walk. For you, it might mean something even more or even less. For others, it might mean walking to the mailbox and back. If you've ever heard Zig Ziglar talk about his diet when he first started, that was his first exercise. It was like down to 4 mailboxes in his block and then back. And then it was the 5th mailbox. Then it was the 6th. Then it was around the block. Then it was 2 blocks. And it was a mile and 2 miles. The key here is to stress your body slightly and let it recover. The amount of work it takes is going to be different, right? Maybe a little bit more for you, a little bit less for me. A little bit more for Diane, a little bit less for someone else. The amount of time it takes to achieve it is secondary. Stress your body, let it recover. All right. Number 3, I don't have time to cook. Yeah, there's always time, right? There's time for TV, and there's time to chat on the phone, and there's time to surf the net. Anyway, let me back off for a second. There are plenty of things that are healthy that cook in 0 time and really need 0 attention. You can throw some beans and vegetables in a pot, let them boil or steam them while you're doing anything else. The amount of time that you actually spent on that is moments. Okay? You can throw them into a crock pot, right? Make a nice little soup. Here's one I like. And I'm going to come back to Diane again. She loves, and I love it too, and it tastes so damn good. We get some mixed vegetables. Get some carrots. You toss some celery. I love the mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms especially. Some broccoli and some cauliflower, and stir fry all that together. Season to your liking. A little soy sauce, right? A little garlic. We both like garlic in there, right? And toss in some chicken, some lean chicken, right? And stir that up. You can make a big batch of that. You can eat on that for 2, 3 meals. You can have it for dinner, take some to work for lunch the next day, and still have some left over. And it's spent minutes. We're talking minutes here, all right? So I don't have time to cook. You're giving yourself an excuse. There are plenty of healthy meals that you can do in a relatively short period of time, or you can batch them up on the weekend. Make a bunch of it, and then put it in individual containers, and then just grab it, reheat, and go. Right? There you go. The next one is, I'm so out of shape, I'll never get back into shape. Yeah, I think you're just blowing smoke up in your own rear end if you believe this one. It's true that the more out of shape you are, the longer it's going to take. Let's be honest. All right? Or maybe it's the more work it's going to take. It may not always be a time relation, right? The more effort it's going to have to be expended. But again, I'm going to come back to the point is, if you start, you can improve each week. Duh, right? How easy is that? It doesn't take much to lose a pound a week. But if you think about that, that's 52 pounds a year. This is rounded down to 50 pounds a year, right? It's easier to focus on that one a week than it is to focus on 100 pounds. Oh, wow. That's just so daunting. And trust me, there's a lot of people out there that want to lose 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever pounds. Right? My best friend just passed away not so long ago and needed to lose weight. It was a factor in his passing, right? And he did a lot of good things when he first found it out, but unfortunately, things just didn't work out the way they could have. I don't want this kind of story to be for you or anyone else that I care about. And trust me, if you're listening, I care. It's important just to focus on this week. That first bite. Eat that elephant one bite at a time. If you focus on 2 years out, you're going to have a tough time persevering. Break it down. I'm going to lose X amount a week. Or I'm going to use X amount in 2 weeks. Break it down to these small chunks. More manageable. Okay? Now, last two. I don't know how to get started. Well, and here, let me tell you what. If you're in poor physical shape, then anything is a good start. Right? Anything can be good enough. Clean up your diet just a little bit. Here's one of the things I did. Well, here, I worked for Coca-Cola for 12 years. And when I moved to downtown and worked at what I lovingly called the Ivory Tower in downtown Atlanta, the Coke was free. Literally, my desk was probably about 25 steps. And then when I got my office, 30 steps away from the Coke machine. Walk in, push a button, out comes the Coke, or orange juice, or a Nestea, or any Coke products, including Dasani water when they finally took it on, at my fingertips. So I was an early riser. I was in there probably 5:30, between 5:30 and 6:30 every morning, working till about 5:30 that night, maybe 4:30, 5:30 that night, and soda galore, empty calories. When I left the company and continued drinking, it was weight. Luckily, while I was at Coca-Cola, I had this beautiful gym I'd go to every morning that helped burn off and get my belly in balance. But when I left that company and the gym that was with it, my body started getting out of balance. Let me tell you, the one thing I did was to take down my soda intake. That had a major impact. So clean up your diet just a little bit. There could be one thing have a huge impact. That's a start. Move around a little bit more. Right? So many of us are couch potatoes. And I'm raising my hand on this one. I enjoy coming home and chilling after a tough day at work, or a tough day working out, or whatever is going on. Once you make these little improvements in your habits, get up, go for a stroll. Your body is going to respond. Then you just need to change a little bit more. It's not necessary to create a complicated routine right out of the gate. Here, try this. Replace, like I did, one bad food that you eat regularly with something you know is a bit more healthy. There it is. That's it. How tough is that? And you can add in going for a walk every day. Add that to your daily routine. Or if you work in an office, instead of calling every time, get up away from your desk, stroll to that person's desk, right? Make that a habit. You're going to get, that is a little bit more exercise than you're getting now if you're doing all just phone calls. See, you can go as slowly as you need to. You can add walk 5 minutes. That's fine. Then next thing you know, you're walking 10 minutes. And the next thing you know, you're walking 20 and 30 minutes. Each week, do a little improvement on your diet and increase your activity a little bit, one step at a time. Like I say, first the 4th mailbox, then the 5th mailbox, then the 6th mailbox, then around the block, then 2 blocks, then a mile. You feel me? Yeah, I'm getting a little excited just thinking about it. I want to go and go for a walk now. I can't. It's a little too late in the evening right now. And that's not an excuse. Here's the last one. It's too complicated. I think I've kind of dispelled this one with the past ones, giving you some examples. But let's just pause for a moment and tip our hat to the diet and fitness industry. They're the ones that have prompted this belief in all of us. You see, if they kept it simple, what would they have to sell us? What would they have to talk about? Right? If diet and exercise was simple for everybody, there wouldn't be the need for the Jazzy diet or the Zumba diet or the Zumba activities or the P90 that and the 490 with this or the jump around like a idiot and dance like a hip hop star exercise routines. Right? Diet and exercise are both actually very simple unless you're trying to do some extreme athletic activity, going for the Olympic team, doing marathons, really high-end athletic stuff. Then you want to get a little bit more professional advice. All right? Don't trust me on this. You want to get professional advice when you're doing the extremes. All right? And chat with your doctor about any kind of dietary needs that you probably need in the first place. Don't get me wrong. I'm no expert on this. I'm just sharing insights. Right? Don't be fooled into thinking your knowledge is insufficient to get you started. Right? Like I said, you know it's bad for you. You know it's good for you. Switch one bad one for a good one. There you go. Done. Moving on. Do a little bit more moving around, whatever that entails. Go for a stroll while you're having your sandwich at lunchtime. Wow, there you go. Combined them. You banged them all out at the same time. Here's the thing. I want you to think today. What do you want? And then as you come out of that answering that question, I want you to examine your beliefs. What's stopping you from taking better care of yourself? What is stopping you? Is it something you believe? I guarantee you there's some belief inside of you that is keeping you from taking better care of yourself. Here's the thing. Is that belief reasonable? Or is it really just an excuse so that you can maintain your current behavior? Right? Yeah, it could be. See, if you change your beliefs, you can change your behavior. Change your behavior, you'll create a new habit, and you will enjoy far better results. Start eating a little better. Start moving a little bit more. Start eating a little bit better right now. Put it down right now. You know, don't look at it. Oh, don't do that. Put it down. Pick up something. If you're gonna have a snack, have a healthy snack. Pick up some carrots, some grapes. Right? I munch on fruit like a madman. Right? There's some balance that got to go into that too. Right? So eating a little bit better, starting today. Exercise a little bit more. Quick strolls. Whatever exercise is for you. Stretch your body, let it relax. And sooner than you'll think, you'll start having the body you want. And here's what I want you to really think about. If you start having the body you want, guess what else is going to happen? You're going to start having the body that the person you want wants. Think about that. Think successfully. Take action. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.